Hi there, welcome to our Grimwild actual play. My name is Betsy, and I'm going to be the GM for this little adventure. We are just a group of friends who want to show how the Grimwild game, the Moxie system, can be used to tell interesting and dynamic stories. We're not really going to be here to teach the system. We're not really going to get into a lot of the explanation of the mechanics as we go through it. We just want to have fun and tell a story and enjoy each other's company. If this interests you, if you want to learn more about Grimwild, the link tree is going to be down below, where you can find the free rule set on DriveThruRPG. You can find the Discord, all sorts of other links there. But let's just get right into it. And thank you for joining us for the Baron of Len Brumenn. High up in the mountains, almost above the tree line, lies a vast lake. Cold winds sweep constantly across its surface, stirring the impenetrable fog that covers its southern half. The sun begins to set, and the fog becomes restless. Moving almost of its own accord, it reaches hands, fingers, mouths out past the halfway line of the lake and towards the town. The town of Len Brumenn is eerily quiet as the sun sinks below the mountain. A bit of a frontier town, it is known primarily for its exports in caviar and honey, and of course its position on the giant lake. It was until recently governed by a beloved mayor, who was appointed by the current king's grandfather. Several years prior, however, a man approached the short wall of the city with several hundred soldiers, ruffians and thugs really, and demanded an audience with the mayor. It is unclear what happened, but the mayor has not been seen since. And the Baron held rules in her place. Taxes are high, the work is grueling, religious services have been outlawed. The Baron's men hold positions of power, making corruption an expectation. The giant clock tower in the center of town chimes its deep bell, marking the hour. Atop the lighthouse, a tall, thin man checks the beacon, singing slowly, and the oil refills. In a quiet tea shop, a horned person flicks their tail and pours a coughing woman another mug. And in the harbor, an explosion. Flames explode from the grandest of the Baron's ships. Shouts, the sounds of weapons, feet running. Ducking down an alleyway, 4 figures breathe heavily. After a beat, 5 people in rough leathers, painted blood red, skid around the corner. There they are, one shouts. There's the ones that set the docks on fire. So as they come around the corner, who all do we see? Please introduce your characters.
Oh, that's us, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's your turn to talk now, please.
Oh boy. Well, at the definitely not the front of the group is Emmett Elliott, a farmer, a totally normal farmer. He wears a straw hat. He wears pretty normal clothes, dresses simply. Any extra money he gets, he spends on tools for his crafts. He's makes crafts to sell on the road or sell to traders since he doesn't go out much. He's just a chill guy, you know. He's got did I mention he has a straw hat?
Several times, yes.
He also has bees flying around him sometimes, because unbeknownst to anyone he hasn't told, he is part of a hive mind of an ancient bee god who intends to be reborn by gathering an entire hive of like several 100,000 humans to become its consciousness. But he's just like a normal farmer guy. He's chill. He doesn't like getting into trouble, but he wants to defend his hometown. Emmett Elliott.
Emmett Elliott.
Oh,
2 M's, 2
2
T's, 2 T's.
2 L's, 2 T's, yes.
Alex, introduce us to Morley St. Clair.
You'll see a guy mid-20s, you'd say, like relatively normal looking, but with a big smile on his face if he set something on fire and blown something up. I can't remember exactly what everybody else said that they look like, but he probably looks like the person that's a real person in the group. Essentially, he's got a relatively well-kept beard, short, again relatively well-kept, black hair. It looks like he has at least done something to look after them, but not a hell of a lot. You can see he's got a journal in his hand as he's running along, and he's probably just kind of shouting rude things at these guards, and generally just trying to be as much of a pain in the arse as possible at the minute.
All right, Megan, go ahead.
Yeah, you see a fairly short woman who has blue skin and has green eyes with dark sclera around them. She is Sarelle, and she is half halfling, half siren. She's got long hair with lots of trinkets in it. She's wearing black clothing with little lace accents. Seems to be very nice. And yeah, she is going to run in the opposite direction of these guys. The guys after us, not the guys that were just introduced for Claire.
We're splitting the party so early, goddammit.
We're starting off. I'm just gonna run away. Bye.
All right, roll come up with a new character. Let's figure out some backgrounds, Megan. All right, cool.
Ooh.
And Ruby.
Okay. So you see another short woman following along after. She actually looks very similar to the one before, because they're fraternal twins. But she's also very different because her father is some aquatic creature. She's not sure what exactly, but she's got spiky ears, a little nub, and she's got two-toned hair, a dark blue, a light blue, and then she's got heterochromia. One is a sea foam green and the other is a light blue.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you are cornered in this alleyway by these four men who believe, either rightfully or wrongfully, that you have set the harbor on fire. I don't know. That happened before we came into the scene. What do you guys do?
Okay. So they're there. They can see us, right?
Yeah, they're looking
Okay.
directly at you. They have you cornered in
Okay.
this alleyway.
I know that this alleyway is not as much of a corner as it actually looks like. And I am going to use one of my story to use my wise in escape routes. Or my wise in street smarts, whichever you think is
Okay.
going to be better here. To just go, I actually know that there's this thing down there. You can just pull it up and kind of slip through and then shove something on the other side of it when we're through. And we can slip our way out of here.
Yeah, there's a door at the back end of the alleyway that leads to like the back room of a pub right next door that you can get in, lock it real quick, and then continue onward. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I can-
absolutely.
Oh, I was just gonna say, to add to that, I can try to create some shadows to cover what we're doing.
I
If you'd
can
like
try
to,
to
yeah.
explain that there must be some mistake. Give you guys a bit more time.
Okay, so you say that, Emmett?
To them, to my party.
Oh, okay, I see.
But yeah, if that makes sense, Emmett will put up his hands. Whoa, there must be some mistake. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I've never even gotten a horse riding while intoxicated. What's going on here?
HUI, the worst crime. Megan laughs because it's probably a real thing. Is that a thing? Can you get arrested for riding a horse under the influence?
I mean, there's probably some towns in Wyoming if you have a dumb horse and you're drunk that you could, but if your horse is smart, it's probably okay.
Fair enough.
My horses are very smart.
So this
Some-
is actually
someone
a
even
good point.
put them
Did
apart.
you guys set the harbor on fire? We should
Look,
probably establish
Oh,
that.
I don't think you need to
I
ask.
almost certainly did. Unless everybody, I'm not saying that everybody else had to be involved or knowingly involved. But
Everyone's just out for a nice night on the town and you're like, I have to go use the toilet real quick.
yes, yeah. So I forgot something. It's with my horse. I will be back in a second.
hold on. Was this a scheme that Moore and Sarelle cooked up, and then they brought Lillian along with them, and then poor Emmett just got caught up in the
Lily, did you know that this was happening, or are we like the less firebrand of the group?
I think we're the last firebrand. I don't think all she knows is that Sarelle told her like, "Hey, I need your help with something." Like, and I just trusted her that it was completely gonna be fine.
That's so
Okay.
No,
funny.
and Sarelle was just like, this makes sense. Like, Lillian will help. Like, Moore has talked through all of this. This makes sense to me.
What was that?
Emmett took me along because he
Yeah.
was going to be making some stuff with pearls, and I was talking to Lily about that in the tavern, and what the heck, guys?
And so now
Yeah,
these
I
men
told
are
you
facing
something
the same-
about
It might
somebody
not have been
called.
you, but the people you keep company with certainly did.
The people I keep company with. I like look both directions. There's nobody there because they're off in the corner, opening the door.
If we're going to the door,
That's very
I'm
cinematic, actually. That's funny. Like, me and what army? Like, ooh, ooh.
so can I, as he's going to turn to us, create shadows like in front of him and us, or try
Absolutely
to?
you can, yeah.
He goes to look and then it's just shadow. Okay, perfect. So we are going to roll with presence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sweet. A 5 and 2 4s.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a suspense just because this is a funny scene and I like it. So yeah, Emmett just says, "What people I keep company with?" Looks, and there's a suspiciously dark shadow off on the side where Morley is opening up that door and slipping the three of you inside, and you are currently alone, Emmett, facing down these thugs.
Yeah, I look around. I'm like, who?
Where did they go? Where did they go? Check the roofs. Check. What the fuck? And they scatter immediately, looking for the rest of your group who has disappeared into thin air.
I could
I
help you
will-
look for the miscreant. All right.
Not
I
not
walk all the way
seeing.
around and go in the front door of the tavern.
Morley?
No, he's gone around the front, so I'll leave it.
Okay. Yeah, moseying through the front of the tavern, giving the barman, I assume, just a casual nod as you walk through. He recognizes you, he knows who you are. And reconnecting with your friends / partners in maybe crimes in the back room.
All right, Morley. What's this I hear about bad people's ships being burnt down?
Well, you know they have ships, and you know they're bad, and so the ships will help with bad things. They just kind of caught fire, which isn't that a lucky coincidence?
Well, you see, Morley, because they're bad people with bad stuff and ships, and because there's fire involved, it's hard for me to believe that you weren't involved.
I know you. I know you well, Emmett. So I'm not going to lie to you. I may well have accidentally dropped a torch on one or two of them repeatedly.
Well, knowing you, I'm not going to lie to you, Morley. I would believe that you would accidentally drop more than one torch in a highly flammable area. However,
Yep.
I'm going to turn to the Siren Sisters.
The Siren Sisters is my next girl punk band name, by the way. Girl punk band, Siren Sisters.
I'm going to walk away and get a drink to get myself out of whatever situation is about to happen.
Oh no.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just turning to them like a disappointed friend's dad.
Sarelle just pats Emmett on the shoulder and just is like, "It's really better overall if you don't think about it."
How tall
Yeah,
is
I've learned
Emmett?
that in most aspects of life, actually.
How tall is Emmett?
Probably just shy of 6 foot. He's like
Oh,
6
she
feet
like
tall.
pats his elbow, not shoulder.
Like he's
About to
not
say,
like.
is this another short king party, or do we have at least one tall boy? Please, give me a
Yeah, I
tall
don't think
boy.
he's like tall, but he's average or slightly above.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and Morley has
Like,
just
also
walked
just-
away, I guess.
Do we think the coast is clear? Do we think it's safe to walk out? Should we like give it a minute?
Well, it's at least 2 ships clearer
Well,
than it was before.
I mean, could have been 3. So if somebody hadn't accidentally dropped their torch in the water, it's fine.
It wasn't you, right?
No, I would never do that.
Oh,
of
okay.
course.
Okay, I'm gonna trust you on this. Yeah.
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 Mhm.
I don't know which implication is sadder, that you're involved with this, or that one of the ships isn't burnt.
I mean, look, hypothetically, if that was the situation that happened, hypothetically, this person might have seen something weird in the fog at the moment of torch drop, and hypothetically, allegedly, maybe, that caused a problem in the torch delivery process.
Now, Elle, we don't have to make the same decisions. I know you're your own person. I care about you, but I'm not going to try to control you. But whatever you want to do, you have to do it right. You can't settle for making mistakes like that.
I love how it's not. I'm not disappointed that the ships are on fire. I'm disappointed that you didn't do it right.
Well, it's both. It's both.
Yeah.
But if you decide to set a ship on fire, then you shouldn't, like, come on. Dude, come on.
Well, and she reaches up. There are 2 small wisps of blue light that have been floating around Sarelle during this. And she kind of gently reaches to one and is like, well, unfortunately, it all would have been fine if my wisps were good at fire, but that's just not their strong suit. But I yelled at a watchdog, if that's helpful.
Like a little dog?
No, it was there was a dog on the ship, and then it was actually really funny because somebody came out to see what the dog was barking about and then tripped over said dog into the water. So I don't really think it was a complete failure, allegedly.
Okay, but like a canine, not like the people who keep coming to my farm and...
Oh no,
injure
it was the
me
person
about
that fell in the water.
Cult.
Mm-hmm.
The person was the watchdog?
No. The person fell into the water. Not the
But-
dog. The dog was okay.
The dog was a dog.
Yeah,
Look.
the dog was a dog. I mean, I think.
They're running
I have
all
met
over
a few
town looking
druids.
for it.
She like completely goes to ignore Emmett and turns to Lillian. Do people use like druids as watchdogs? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I haven't really been out much, so I don't know what other people do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would make
Right.
sense though. It makes sense though. You know?
We should look into it.
Yeah, because if I wanted
Yeah.
to go, around the town and spy on people, I'd be a dog too. No one notices a dog or a cat.
Ooh, see, this is good.
Mhm.
This is good. Here, we should go tell more. That's a great idea. We've gotten a
Yeah.
lot done today. This has been a
Okay.
very productive day.
Has it?
Yeah.
What time of day is it, or is it night?
It's night, yeah.
Yeah, it's night.
Like just maybe half an hour
Yeah.
past sunset.
Okay. It was a productive day. We had a lot of people come into the tea house today. We worked a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, it was very productive. Yeah.
Yeah. I sold a lot of weird seaweed today.
Mhm.
There was a lot of strange people that came in on the boats, which is probably good that we burned it. Allegedly. Hypothetically.
Maybe possibly perhaps.
So why it went up so well? All of that dried seaweed. Like it was a good moment to do it.
Yeah. And I had already gotten paid for it, so it's really their problem. It's buyer
Increased
risk.
demand for new goods. Very smart.
Yeah, so sitting in the tavern, there's a couple of other townspeople there who, kind of greet you. You may not know everybody by name, but it's a small enough town where you would at least know everybody by sight.
Oh, I know everyone by name.
You absolutely know everybody by name, Emmett. You 100% do.
Even
And
people
there
I-
are often, like, sitting at the bar are a couple of the Baron's men in red vests. None of the ones that were chasing you. Just a couple of the usual hooligans and ruffians that he seems to gather around him, being rowdy and making inappropriate comments to everybody who passes by. But
I will probably tiptoe past them, like in getting my drink. I've been making some notes, just whilst all of the conversations were going on, and I'm kind of thinking towards what we might want to do next. But for now, I'm just kind of trying to take a moment to relax and give it about 15-20 minutes. I think he's probably got in his head just to see if these people come back into this pub, because I know in his mind he's like, well, we went in the back door of this pub, why are they not coming into this pub? And so he's kind of waiting for that before potentially, going and trying to.
Yeah, so let's I think we're causing some problems. We'll get some more info at the tea house. I'm sure with all the shakeup that's going on after some ships allegedly burning.
how
They didn't allegedly burn. They did burn. It's just that we were allegedly involved.
Sarelle
I just want to
looked
make sure that we did set something on fire.
Sarelle looked away before the ships were actually fully burnt, so she can just say allegedly the ships burnt.
Heard people.
As far as we heard from other people,
Yeah.
they've burned. Well, we don't know for sure if they did.
I wasn't there.
Yeah. There's just a light on that side of town. Could be anything.
It could be the lighthouse.
Exactly.
Lighthouse is on the other side. Whatever, it's not a big deal.
It could be a second lighthouse that they're installing.
Oh yeah. Well, and listen, you do not know what's in that fog. If I know anything, it's that fog. Anything could be in that fog. It could have just popped out another lighthouse. Like, maybe that's how the lighthouse got there in the first place.
Or a gang of arsonists. Could have just popped out a gang of arsonists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's weird things in that fog.
I'm spending my suspense at this point. It's been about 10 minutes, and one of the blokes that was chasing you kind of pops his head in. How obvious are you guys being? Are you guys trying to hide your faces? Or are you just like... How sneaky are y'all trying to be right now? Particularly to Sarelle and Lillian, who are probably the most noticeable.
Figured we were at like a back table, kind of like, very Strider in Lord of the Rings.
No, because see, the image in my mind now is of Sarelle trying to be Strider in Lord of the Rings.
All right, so
Trying her
she's
damnedest.
definitely got a cloak up over her head for the drama.
with like the pipe smoke wreathed around you, or no?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. She's coughing a lot, but it's fine.
The hood's like partly caught on her fins, like.
I feel like
It's classic.
it's a chilly night, right? I feel like Lillian, probably thinking it was going to be a nice little thing out, she probably brought like something with a hood. And she sees the person coming in. She'll probably put her hood up too.
Okay, yeah. He kind of like peeks in, looks around, turns, leaves the pub.
We're also pretty short, so.
I had one dice left in the. Are they gonna get noticed? So no, they have not noticed you yet. You're still good.
Okay. All right. Well, I think really the best plan at this point is no plan. If you guys are finished up beverages, maybe we should head back to the tea house.
I could use a nap. Or a sleep,
Yeah.
It's been a long night.
I'm happy to follow. I can tell more people about our great exploits.
Please don't.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell them about mine. I don't have to include you if you don't want to be like written in.
You know what they say, modesty is a virtue.
I prefer not to listen when they say that. Boring people say that.
Oh,
Thank
poor
you.
Emmett.
I'm honored.
Well, also, like, I'm not making it about me. Like, I'm just saying that, like, we have to spread the word that these people can be fought, that they can be resisted. Like, so when I say like we are, I need to tell people about our exploits. I'm not saying like we go in there and go, hey, look at us, aren't we fantastic? We just set fire to some ships. I probably should have said that quieter. We just set fire to some ships. So
Okay.
Roll
Is
presence
there a
real
bard?
quick, just because it'll be funny.
who?
Morley, if you'd please roll presence.
Messy 5.
Okay. Good to know. Carry on.
As Morley is saying this, Sarelle's gonna look around. Is there a bard in this tavern?
Not currently, aside from
Hi.
your buddy Morley.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a bard. That,
Oh, poor Morley.
honestly, listen, I'm used to you being a rogue, okay?
Yeah, I have quite a roguey bard this time.
A little
But yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Okay.
So, but
Hey.
you'd know that he's writing stuff down, which is kind of scouting report, but also like starting to tell the story. But
Yeah,
he's
okay.
kind of part bard, part journalist, almost
Yeah.
on a certain level.
Do you? I feel like maybe you shouldn't be the one to do this, but do you have any like bard friends we can talk to and get them to sing some songs of our exploits? Because I think under the circumstances, if you were to go around singing of our exploits, that might end up being more counterproductive than helpful.
Sorrel, I thought he was going to write an article about this and post it in the newspaper tomorrow.
Well, yeah, but if we get a bard singing tonight and the thing tomorrow, like that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's
I'd
a
probably
light-
listen to a song more than I would to the paper anyways.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's like really catchy, and then there's like we get a really catchy song where we're heroes, and then there's this like in-depth like report that's shown, like I think both is better. But I don't know that many bards. Well, not well enough to ask them to sing a song for me.
Yeah, and I'm not a singer. I'm very.
Yeah, but do you have any
Someone-
friends that are singers?
I could probably find us one. And in terms of like getting the word out there, I've got some connections, like
Okay.
and this kind of stuff.
How does one acquire a bard?
Generally, you would either go and employ one, or if you were particularly inclined and got on really, really well, you might become in a relationship with one. That would probably be the two ways of kind of getting yourself a bard relatively consistently.
Oh, so going outside and singing poorly so that they're like, oh my god, I have to go stop this person, and then being like, hey, why don't you sing instead is not a valid strategy?
No, that works.
That
pretty
might
well.
actually work. That might
Okay.
that is
Stuff,
actually
yeah.
pretty good.
Like at a festival.
Okay. So the lyrics I've got so far are we weren't the ones who set the boats on fire, but they're really cool and you should like the people that did that. Does that sound good?
That was pretty good, but I think we can work on it a bit more to make it even better, you know?
Okay.
There's
Okay.
some good alliteration with "we weren't."
Okay.
The rest of it, I don't know.
All right. Well, what's your rendition? You've got "we weren't." What? Build on that. I laid the foundation.
Oh, me? I mean, I'm more of a dancer. I'm more of a, I can sing the melodies, but I don't write. I'm not too smart, I just
So what I'm
That's a good
hearing-
counter on the bee jokes. I'm really mad about that. Sorry, carry on.
I didn't even think about dancing. Yeah.
Okay.
What's all the buzz about?
What I'm hearing is the rest of us are gonna sing and you're gonna dance, and that's how we're gonna get a bard.
Well, you can't dance alone. You need at least like 4 couples.
That's like, how do you? That's so many people.
Not really. I mean, if we go back to the tea house, we could probably pick up a few there. Back to my place, I can get my sister and her husband and their 4 kids, and probably my brothers are well, they don't really dance, but like, I'm sure we can get a dozen or so. Set up.
I think we could make a dance group. Yeah, I think if we put up flyers around town, a lot of people would come.
Yeah.
Okay, but we need them tonight.
Tomorrow, a little dance party. Wait, why tonight?
Well, we wanted to start the bard tonight so that the people are already like fired up about the song when Moore's report investigative report journal thing comes out tomorrow.
I see.
I suppose to help, we could do like a barn dance fundraiser. Like, if that's what we're thinking,
Okay.
that might get the word out there. But like off the top of my head, like I don't know if I know any bands like that we could get for tonight.
Oh, I certainly do. Yeah.
Like
for
the
sure.
last minute.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Oh,
make
yeah.
a lot of flyers.
The Ratlings. Yeah. Jeremy Craw and the Ratlings. They're
okay.
they did a
Okay.
show last night, but they were canceled, so I know they're in town not doing anything.
Yeah.
Well, where do we find them?
Tea house.
Give me,
I
like,
think it's
15 minutes
last time I heard.
of silence, and give me like 15 minutes of not having to talk much, and I'll find them.
Okay.
Or we could probably just go check the inns. Oh, never mind. They're at the Blue Moon. That's like.
Oh,
3 minutes
they're
away.
at the yeah. Let's go there then. I thought they were in the tea house, but if they're in the moon, let's go there.
We're going
We
to
can
the
take them to
moon?
the house
I
afterwards.
did not
too
write
far.
spaceships into this story. Oh no.
Well, let's go.
No. Where's that adventure you sent me, Megan, where the moon is a mimic?
Right? I was gonna suggest the moon is a dragon egg and we unleash the dragon on the Baron, but also like mimic moon could be really
I'm
useful
taking
too.
notes, I'll have you know.
Where's the? Didn't we make a tavern that's not? I mean, didn't we make an inn that's not the tavern? Where's the map?
The Lounging Lion Inn?
The what?
The Lounging Lion Inn?
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Let's say they're at that instead, since we have that on the map.
I heard that the Blue Moon was started by somebody who came here from Moon on the Water.
Yeah.
I have to add this damn city into mine. My map. You suck.
The first punch is about to be thrown.
Roll defense.
We're actually all in the same building. We're just
Can I just
meeting on
power-
Discord so that Betsy doesn't physically
Yeah,
harm
we're
us.
all in different rooms of my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not next to me, so I can't throw elbows.
Yeah. I drew the short straw, so I'm in the bathroom with just, the shower curtain behind me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate because our bathroom is hella small.
Yeah. It's really cramped.
Sorry.
It's fine.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Are you sitting on the toilet then as your seat? Or did you bring in a
Definitely.
chair? Okay.
No, and I have to sit sideways so you don't get like the back of the toilet in it. So like I have to like sit on the toilet, and then like the laptop is like precariously perched on like the counter, and yeah.
So how about that lounging lion?
Yeah, how about that
Very spacious bathrooms, I've heard.
It does now. So you guys are gonna go try and recruit a band to sing this tale of the
Not specifically.
ships getting on fire.
I mean, we're just gonna,
Oh, great God, talking to us from the sky. I think we are going to look for a band that can just play some cool, funky tunes so that we can have a barn dance. I think that's the current one. And we'll get the word out that way. And then if we find other like bards, or other people that are happy to spread the word, we can do that at the same time.
Okay.
But if you were thinking about a more kind of action-packed thing where we actually try to do something in a short period of time,
I know you guys.
then we can then we can try and do something else, and we can go to the tea house like you suggested,
How
if
long
you so
have we
like.
been playing together? Let's montage talking to this band though, because I don't want to play every member of this band.
Okay.
Really?
Me and
Surprising.
Morley.
How dare you?
Sorry?
Me and Morley, or who else is
Who
along?
is going to convince these people to set up a concert fundraiser for shenaniganizing and rabble-rousing?
I think it's all of us.
I
Are we
think
going?
so. I'm very persuasive.
Well,
Alright.
luckily you only get to roll 2 dice, because it's just a montage. Okay.
I don't have my phone. I can't move my camera, but
Oh, damn, okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I think all my criticals I've ever rolled in this system were on montages. That didn't matter.
It didn't matter. This is
Doesn't matter.
important.
This is gonna set the
I
tone
got-
for the entire adventure.
Yeah.
Please just tell me what you guys rolled.
Messy.
Okay.
Oh, do we all roll this?
Yes,
Sorry.
please. If you are all
Oh.
going, if you are all going on this side quest, please all roll.
A 5 is a messy, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Megan.
That's a grim.
Okay.
I'm helping.
You're definitely not, but it's okay, because our boy Emmett has got things under control. Why does this band not like you, Sarelle? What have you done to them to make them just really not so much a fan of you?
I think there's probably a laundry list of things, but I think most recently, she convinced them to buy some of the seaweed tea that she was selling, and it did not go over the greatest. Apparently, people who don't have like aquatic races in their heritage, they don't appreciate the salt flavor in their tea.
Yeah, I'll be honest. It tasted like arse, absolute arse. It was horrible. Like I had some. It was disgusting.
It's fine. Lillian just tends to be better with plant life than I am. But maybe we'll keep practicing. In the meantime, I have been restricted to the standard teas at the tea house to offer folks that come in.
Luckily, Emmett and Morley and Lillian do manage to convince, what was that, Jeremy Crow and the Ratlings was the band that Archer so kindly named for us, to, I guess, hold a barn dance to, will they do it tonight? Let's find out. Not tonight, as they are still suffering from the effects of that salty tea. But since their concert got rescheduled for tomorrow, they are going to work on writing a song about the ships being on fire, which will be very exciting.
all right. I've got a barn for the after party.
Oh, good. We won't
But not for the dance. Are we moving from one barn to another barn?
In the other bar, they've. I assume they have bookings for like some fancy, for like some like semi-official place where respectable people are going to be there with their toddlers, and they'll like put on a performance, right? But then afterward, they and the rowdy 20-somethings can come back to my place and consume too much mead and begin saying seditious things.
Oh no, fair enough. I was just going to say seditious things like the whole way through it, but like if we need some sort of an other plan, that's probably why like they didn't seem that convinced, because I just told them to go straight to your barn. But thanks for coming in there and setting them straight.
The trick to sedition. Actually, you know, Morley, I think I'm gonna hold off on telling specifically you the trick to successful sedition. With great power comes great responsibility. I've overthrown many times.
That,
Not me
that was
personally.
actually one of the titles for one of my articles. Like trying to get them to people to realize that these people weren't good enough for us.
That's actually pretty genius. They don't take a whole lot of responsibility for much, do they?
Indeed, thank you.
Very clever, very clever.
Didn't steal it from nowhere.
No, it absolutely original thought for sure. 100%. All right, where are we going?
I think we're headed back to the tea house then, since we're not partying tonight, sadly.
I'm not rolling pools, by the way. Don't worry about it.
I would never worry.
No, you shouldn't.
No, we trust you.
Oh, you should. I'm very trustworthy.
Yeah, just
have
that trustworthy faith.
Thank you. I have never led you into shenanigans.
Wait, Morley, do you, out of character, does Morley work at a publishing house or like something?
No, he just works causing trouble, and essentially hoping that people will pay him for his work and what he writes, essentially.
So how
So
do
he
you
makes his own newspaper.
print it?
Yeah.
How do I get myself? Well, I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't know what actual time period this was in. So
Generic fantasy
I
setting
imagine.
number 4. We can put in a
I
printing
imagine
press.
that essentially he'd kind of over years been able to cobble together essentially a screen printer, and he just screen printed them, kind of thing.
Okay.
Essentially himself.
I mean, printing presses have been around for long enough that I think it's not unreasonable that there's one in a fantasy setting. So
500 years or something?
something like that.
Yeah. Actually, well,
Depends on what version of history.
yeah. If you allow the Chinese thing, then
Exactly.
Okay.
And
Okay. So I guess we don't have to worry about your boss. Discovering that you've been bitten by a radioactive bee. Never mind. All right. It's too far down. All right, we're going to the tea house.
There's too many layers. Oh my gosh. So, for our two ladies who work at the tea house, what does it look like from the outside? Is it an obvious building? Is it painted funny colors? Is there a sign out front?
Are we a fancy tea house or are we like a weird tea house? If you get what I mean. Yeah.
I think it depends a little bit on how much Sarelle is involved in the tea house, because I sort of pictured with the two of them that it was a little bit of an eccentric kind of tea house.
Okay.
Like-
We can do eccentric.
Yeah, like not necessarily like grody, but like there's like all sorts of trinkets everywhere. All of them are for sale from Sarelle, like any weird things she can find. She's been confined to like one shelf of like weird bones. And because it makes people uncomfortable, she's not allowed to have more than that.
That's not real life trickling into our game, Megan. Absolutely not. No.
It's fine.
I think if you entered, you'd think you're at a fortune teller's house. I think that's the vibe we were going for.
Yeah.
I'm into it,
Yes, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the, like-
What is your relationship with Telelia, the owner?
I think it should be positive, at least for Lillian. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What if it was like their aunt or something?
I love that.
And then, so they kind of like, that's once they were both old enough, they kind of both just, they hung out at the tea house when they were young and then just sort of one day ended up on the other side of the counter.
I don't know the gender neutral term for aunt, though. Antle? I knew it at one point.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's find out.
What's a gender neutral term for aunt? Or uncle?
Yeah.
I feel like you can just go with either, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Probably.
I don't want to say something wrong. I don't know.
I almost typed gender neutral ANT.
No, that's how you tell female and boy ants apart, though, because female ants sink, but the male ones are boy ant. I just got a groan from husband in his office too with that one, by the way.
Ooh, okay, so
Thank you.
options from generic online website. There's Pibbling, which I just want to be Pibble. So not that one. There's Uncle.
I don't like pibbling. That makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. There's Uncle, like basically aunt and uncle smashed together. There's TT, which is the combining Spanish words for aunt and uncle, tia and tio.
Okay.
And then there's
Titilalia
ZZ.
is too much. I'm vetoing that one.
TT Talalia? No, that's odd. I love that. There's also ZZ or Auntie or I don't know
I
how
don't
those
like
are.
auntie. I'm stopping that one too. There's too many possible jokes there that we probably should not make.
So we've got Uncle or ZZ from this list.
I like
ZZ
ZZ.
Talalia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
ZZ with Z's with Z's.
Yes.
Okay.
ZI.
Zippers.
Or for our other folks, ZI. Is I normal? I don't know.
Z.
I know Z and H.
H.
Alex is very studiously ignoring us during this conversation.
Oh no, I'm reading through why pibbling is pibbling, whilst you were discussing other terms.
What a rabbit hole.
But yeah, a lot of them seem to be TT, ZZ, BB, Nini, all of those.
Okay. Husband is also sending terms to me in our over text message, so that's great.
Perfect.
You're not even in this game. Stop it. Okay,
He's in
ZZ
every game.
Talalia, I love it. Is either your ZZ by blood or by relationship. Unclear as those relationships always are. I have plenty of people who I call my, aunts, uncles who are not actually blood related, but it works out. We open up the tea house door and a swath of warm, humid, scented air comes out to meet you. The jingling of trinkets in the doorway as you step through. And Talalia themselves kind of looks up as you enter and smiles and waves. It's so nice to see you back so soon. I fully expected, with a glance at Morley, you to be gone for much longer today.
We would have been, but the band was still suffering some ill effects of their visit.
And
But it's okay. They're gonna play tomorrow.
I'm so glad to hear it.
You sound thrilled.
Well, let's just say that it's not quite for me, but and they kind of look around like once we've got a couple more guests to serve, and then we can discuss arrangements afterward. And they kind of go off, and you see them kind of their face is very like poker face, but they have a very obvious tell in their tail, which is currently lashing behind them. Very long tail, tufted at the end. Not too happy. Seems like maybe they noticed the dock's being on fire and have some suspicions.
Can I have a tea, please?
Yeah, have one of the girls get it for you.
Yeah, here. Don't worry. I can go get you a tea real quick.
I don't want to make you work. I can go and serve myself if you want.
No, it's okay. ZZ Talalia is a little bit particular about where things are, so,
Would you like to roll on the Herbalism Crucible to see what kind of teas we have available to us?
Yes?
Just because I love a Herbalism Crucible.
It's so good.
Also, for the audience to know, I have the herbalism talents, and my herbalisms for today's are, where did I put it? Zaps them and honeypot.
Honeypot is amazing in so many
Right?
ways.
Right?
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
How many varieties do we want to have?
Roll 3 times. Let's see what 3 kind of teas we have today.
Okay. First one is Sticky Thistle. Yes.
Oh, no.
Second is Giggle Flower.
Okay.
No. These are okay. Somebody else
If
should have
you
rolled.
roll
These
Mimic Vine again, I'm going to end this.
No, but listen, I would have had to take a break because I would have laughed so hard. No, these are all very very Sarelle coded. Because the last one is Worm Shroom.
I hate that.
Worm shroom.
Those
Yeah,
are the
there
teas
was-
that she has on offer today.
There was a trader that came by recently with it. You know, it's very earthy.
How many of these do you drink and like still know where you are after you've drunk them?
Emmett is looking at the like menu card. And he like puts it down. He's like, I really like that honeypot stuff you had a while ago. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna talk to Lelia. He leaves.
Sarelle like looks after and is like, "Oh, I don't think I would have bothered them right now, but that's his choice." Yeah. So the Giggle Flower might be a little too exciting. I mean, you kind of know who you are, but like sometimes, you know.
It makes you very cheery and giggly. You know?
Yeah. Which.
If you need to
Never
pick me
gone
up.
past this before.
Yeah, that could be really nice. Yeah, the Worm Shroom's really earthy. The Sticky Thistle is actually pretty nice. We actually use like sticks to brew it, so it's really easy to pull them out after.
I'll try one of them then. Is this sticky thistle? Like, just to make sure, is this sticky thistle something that grows on land or underwater? Because most of the teas that I've had from you, no offense, love you and all, but most of the teas that have originated from underwater have not been great so far. Just, I don't mean to cause offense.
It's really easy to just like not in the fog, but to swim off the shore and find interesting things. But no, all of my experiments are currently confined to the back room at the moment. So this is a very land based tea. But yeah, I'll go get a pot for the table, and we'll see if Emmett survives.
Oh jeez. So Emmett is going to look for honeypot tea?
No. Emmett is talking to Telelia
Okay.
in private to try to soothe their concerns about his current acquaintances.
Okay, I want you just for funs and giggles and no reason at all, roll 2d6s for me, please. I'm gonna have you roll for your current bond with Telelia.
6.
Ooh.
6.
2 sixes?
No, not 2. That would be crazy. Again. 6 and 3.
6 and 3.
All my dice that roll 1, 2, or 3, I'm putting back in the box.
Finishing the dice.
Yeah, eventually
Okay.
I'll get only the dices that roll 6s every time.
Okay, I'm into it. Hold on.
I started with 36 of them, so.
Oh geez, we'll see how many go into the dice show by the end of this. I'm actually really curious now. So Telelia is currently serving another patron of the tea house. Seems to be a mix of apothecary and actual tea house and cafe and maybe therapy session. They just kind of see you waiting and just hold on a second and finish serving this person. And step back after a couple minutes. Yeah, Emmett. How can I help you today?
Hello. I wanted to mention your nieces. You know your nieces. Their heart's in the right place, and maybe you don't know Morley that well, but he's
I know of Morley.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm worried about.
I just kind of move to the window through which there's just a little faint flicker of fire off in the distance.
So I'm not gonna try to say that you would like Morley or that you would agree. You know, I don't in most ways. But Morley wants I'm not going to speak for Morley. What I will say is, please don't ban him from the shop for what he's doing out there, if anything, because I think we're all really sick of the Baron and his men. And things
I'd like
might...
my tea shop to not get raided every week. Yes.
Yeah. Things might get worse before they get better. And I want us all to be standing when the dust settles, you know, when we get our town back.
I know that Morley is willing to put in the work.
Precisely.
But are you? Or are you just going to stand back and reap the rewards of Morley's hard work?
I'm not a brave man. You know that. But I do what I need to for the people I love. Which is most people. But I mean, not like I love most people like as much as you or my kids. But I'm not going to sit in the bar. I mean, I will, but because there will be people dancing, because that's part of the plan. Like, that's my... Look, lady. Tell me what you need me to do.
Watches the final person leave the tea house. I might need some violent acts from you in the future. Very near future.
How violent are we talking? We're talking like bonk the bear that's stealing from the honey nest? Or are we talking like mass arson?
Now that you mention it, that's cocked. So, Sarelle, darling. Sarelle, darling, you've lost your voice. Oh no.
God.
The siren has lost her voice.
Oh no! I gave them the tea from the menu. I did not go get any creations.
Okay.
Hi Zizi, how you doing?
Hello, Morley. Is this you over here?
Like the smoke or your tea house?
The smoke.
Like,
Morley, dear.
yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I know.
We're helping.
You're actually not wrong.
It had to happen sometime.
Fortunately, yes.
Even
Did
by
you get all the
accident.
ships?
Not all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I dropped a torch that I wasn't supposed to drop. Yeah, yeah, because I kind of just look at Sarelle and the tension that seems to be here, and so yeah,
Keep that out of here. I don't want no.
Yeah,
I'm not posting that by my niece. We're not having it. No. What happens outside of the tea shop? No, wait.
Sarelle smiles and like puts an arm around Talalia and is like, don't worry, I would never leave you. You're stuck with us for life. And like puts her other arm through Lillian's arm. Is like, see?
3 besties.
You know, I would believe you more if you sounded more happy about it. How do you feel about some giggle flower tea? I think you could use some right now.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Absolutely. She cheerfully goes behind the counter to make some giggle flower tea. And she's gonna make a giant pot, enough for everybody.
Oh, that's so nice.
This is gonna help us burn stuff.
Luckily, Megan is not the druid this time. So it's just regular tea.
Yeah, well, I guess, you know, I could do some weird shadow stuff with it.
Girl, no. I'm kicking you from this call, Megan. You and the herbalism talent are too powerful.
Oh my god, it's my favorite.
Could I make some baked desserts using what's my wife's here? My wife's comfort foods, and could I use some type of a herb from the tea house to add to it?
Okay, are you wanting to like add to it, or just like a little bit of like flavor?
I want to see what happens.
You're putting it in my hands. Okay, cool. Roll on the crucible.
Okay.
I'll help with my if this is gonna be a roll with like effects. I'll help with my crafter wise.
You're not gonna believe this, Betsy. It's giggle bark.
Yes!
Okay. I love that for me. Thank God. Okay, it does not have any other effects.
Okay.
I made a story roll of 3 dice and they were all 2s. But it does add a very nice, almost like a floral cinnamony sort of flavor to the baked goods. Very delicious. A little bit of fresh ground nutmeg on the top sort of thing. There you go, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good idea.
It's actually a hella cute teapot too. I'm obsessed with it. I have my daughter's cup that's the perfect size for caffeination, so you know. Very similar. The tea does help calm Talalia down a little bit. And roll that pool. Okay. So no, it's no big deal. It's just a pool. It's nothing. So Talalia leans forward and here's the thing. I might need a small favor from the 4 of you.
Done.
Thank you.
Yep.
I need you to take this to the lighthouse for me. And she hands over a very long, thin box. There are some rumors going around that the Baron did manage to get into the temple yesterday and managed to away with some of the artifacts that were there. I think you've seen the fog being a little more active tonight. And since we can't conduct full services, it is a bit of an issue. I need you to take this to the lighthouse keeper. He knows the rituals to calm the fog back down. And we need that done before anything worse happens.
Lillian takes the box and she's gonna open it.
Of course you are.
She's curious.
As you're opening that, Sarelle goes, I knew I saw something in the fog earlier. I told you.
Inside is a is a wand, essentially. And on the top of the wand is a carved flower.
This is not making Emmett feel better.
Oh, this is really cute.
You're asking us to do this because you just want to make sure it gets done right, and you know people don't slack off or it gets lost or something, right?
Yes, I'm not allowed to leave, and you
right,
are.
Right. But there's not like danger or anything, right?
You're just
Other
going
than
to. I hope not. You're just going to the lighthouse, coming back.
All right, something about the way you said that kind
I
of.
mean, God above, God's below. If there's something wrong with Bram, we're gonna have issues. But
Sorry,
should be-
could you repeat what you want us to do with this wand?
just take it to the lighthouse keeper.
Okay. They'll know what to do?
Yes, he'll know what to do with it.
Okay.
But if I can kind of look over Lily's shoulder, like I have local customs and rumors as wises. Do I know kind of what this is and what it is likely to do?
Yeah, you would recognize...
Just out of interest.
No, yeah, you recognize the flower as... it's a... we call it a water lily that's carved on the top. And you know that in the local worship of your god, their god, our god, whatever, the water lily is a sacred flower. And it has probably properties that are connected to the lake in some way. Depends on how religious of a man Morley St. Clair is, whether he would know whether this is a religious object or not.
Yeah, I don't think he's massively religious. I don't think he's like aggressively anti or disruptive or like but I don't think he is particularly pro-religious.
He's not going to tear down a shrine, but he doesn't go to church on Sunday, sort of thing either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he
but you would recognize the symbology of the water lily as connected to whatever god of the lake they worship.
Sweet.
By the way,
We worship.
I find it funny that I'm technically aquatic and I'm also called Lily. So
Yeah.
I am also a water lily.
Yes. I love it.
I always thought there was something sacred about you. That's why Mom liked you more.
No, I think that's true. I think she likes you better.
Girls, you're.
Wow, we have the wild character shift.
No.
Wait.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
Well,
what?
should we go tonight?
I was just checking my bonds.
Okay. We love a bond.
Yeah. Should we just go to the lighthouse tonight? We don't have anything else to do,
I
and
rolled
there's the barn
Layla's
dam.
bond for Morley, and I rolled 2 ones, so it's deep affection no matter which way you slice it. So.
Wow.
Probably, I think Morley has been growing more and more agitated, essentially, like as the time has passed already. So I think, as you can look around, you can say that he's definitely wanting to go tonight. Like possibly already started scrawling bits in the journal. Like some of it seems to almost be like doodle-like, but possibly it's kind of like, well, actually, we could take this route or that route, or like and that kind of thing. And some of it just seems to be kind of notes in terms of, oh, it's the water lily thing. Take it to the keeper, and that kind of stuff.
They could probably do tonight. They probably think that the ship's on fire was the only thing we have planned tonight, you know?
Oh yeah, and they'll be distracted by the ships, so we can, just scoot right over.
They might be a little bit more on alert, trying to find the people who did it. That, wasn't us.
Well, luckily you
Mhm.
weren't seen.
Isn't.
Luckily one of you has shadow magic.
What? Also, what if we change clothes real quick? We could do a quick clothes change. They'll never know.
Love that. Yes.
Okay.
Zizi,
Both of their blue nieces goes, yes, a clothing change will do wonders.
Yeah.
From blue shirt to red shirt. Oh shit, who's that?
I was also planning on Sarelle still wearing all black clothing and it just being like a dress instead.
No, my outfit is totally different. Are you kidding me?
This is tonight. We could, especially since we have the dance and everything tomorrow. But it's also very, very dark out. and
I still have a torch.
he's like looking at like Talalia like he doesn't want to be judged.
Oh, well, it's
Is,
okay.
is she looking? Is she like
There.
judging? Is she? Are they ready to judge?
Judge you for being scared of the dark? No, the dark's scary. There's fog out there.
No, judge Emmett for proposing to go tomorrow.
Good question.
If he said that, would they object, or like would they,
I'd really rather it be done tonight.
Okay, he's gonna like not literally read her mind with read their mind with. For some reason, I'm picturing this like ultimate tea house lady. Do we have art or something?
I don't, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay. Well, he's gonna not literally read their mind, but just like catch the like crackle in the air and just be like, "Yeah, I suppose we should just make sure to take some good lanterns and so on."
Also, don't we like have a shadow wizardy type person who like is
Shadow
quite
wizard.
good in like shadowy darkness and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, and I have
Simply, shadows are more effective in light. Shadows are a twist of light. Darkness is the absence of light. You can't actually cast shadow magic in total darkness. There was a treatise.
It's not total
I'm
darkness.
gonna
The moon's
cast
out.
shadows on Emmett right now.
Roll presents.
Let's see which dice are gonna be nice for me, right?
It's level total darkness. Like we wouldn't be able to see anything.
2 sixes. What do you want to happen right now? I'm not even gonna dictate. What do you want to happen?
There is a concentrated, just like sphere like of darkness just around Emmett, so dark that like he cannot see through. Like you can still talk, you still move around, and it's
you paint
following.
him with Vanta black.
Yes, and it's like if he gets up to walk around, it's gonna follow him for a little bit. But yeah, he just as he's basically trying to explain her magic to her, she's just like, I'm bored with this. I'm just gonna put you in a dark bubble and wish it was the sound bubble for the moment.
The side effect is that your shadow is also schmooped up into this, so you are not casting a shadow right now. It has been flomped up into this growing darkness.
Yeah, well, you gotta start the shadows from somewhere. This is really how shadow magic works. So
Exactly. And if there's no light, there's no shadows.
As you are currently wreathed in it.
Can I, Megan? Can I see? Like, does the shadow stop people from perceiving what's inside, or is it also
I think
block all vision?
I think it's both. Like you're just in this bubble of like full darkness that you can't see, but people also can't see you.
Anything even outside of the bubble.
Yeah, I think she's just annoyed with you explaining, and that's her method of like getting you to stop. But also now she's gonna be like, okay, so we should go. We'll get a little boat. I never claimed to be mature.
That's I suppose you.
Talalia pulls a pinch of some leaves out of a pouch and casts them onto you, and the shadow dissipates.
Thank you, dear.
Yes, yes.
As I was saying, we should bring some lanterns so that we can cast our own shadows for the proper use of the tools available to us.
You're welcome to take some from here.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Maybe some of the normal ones from the back storeroom. Maybe not some of these with the twirlies and curlicues and stuff on them.
Okay.
Easily traceable.
I've been working on some glass panes back there, so if we break any, I'll make you some prettier ones.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Glass is expensive nowadays. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's something we're trying to fix.
Hopefully we can cause enough trouble at some point that he'll just realize it's not worth it. Freaking leave us alone. But we'll see.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder whether it's better to cause enough trouble over a long amount of time in small doses, or whether it would make sense to just, set Morley loose like a...
I thought you were gonna say set Morley aflame. Good night.
No, although I was thinking about the imagery of how hundreds of years ago they would douse giant boars in oil and then set them on fire and let them loose in the enemy camp.
There's an idea.
And like
Plus, then by the end of it, they're fully cooked.
That's a good point. Except the
No,
enemy
because the image
camp.
that came to my head was Princess Bride. I am the Dwed Pywit Wabbits.
Does Lily have the thing that we need to move at the minute?
Yes.
Yes.
No. So,
How big
so
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, inches, foot and a half maybe.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly what
About a foot,
Lily
so.
had with. I can't remember what bond Lily had with Moore, but Moore has a growing camaraderie with Lily. So he's literally just going to hold out his hand and just go, let's go, because they as they just continue talking, let's go. We can have this done in a minute.
Could I put my hair into a bun and put the wand through it like if it's a hair stick?
You do that and today's okay.
Oh, that's really pretty. That was such a good idea.
Keep the box though, because they're always useful.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find a piece of like random stick we have, and I'm just gonna put it inside.
There's now a stick in the box.
That's a good idea. That was a really good stick.
Smart.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
Well, let's go.
that's clever.
Ezekiel, we'll check in with you when we get back, unless we fall asleep before that. Anyway, it's fine.
Okay. You live upstairs. Okay, whatever. God's balls.
Can I... Wait, are we leaving right now?
I think
More-
so.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Yeah, Moore is essentially out the door if somebody's going to follow him.
Yeah.
At this point.
Lily, do you have any yarn
Yarn?
out here? Like, do you have, in this building, nearby? Can I borrow
I,
some?
I think so. Yeah, I'll head upstairs and grab a ball of yarn.
What color?
I wanna.
I was about to randomly go find a color generator.
Make a color that matches your hair, because I'm gonna make like a little net thing to make sure that stick doesn't fall out.
Okay.
Because that'd be very inconvenient if it fell out while we were on the boat.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
Oh, if it's for my hair, then I'll pick a blue shade that matches my hair.
We're really good at swimming. I'm sure it would be fine.
Yeah, it'd be great if this fell into the lake. Yeah, nothing bad would happen.
It pauses and then like keeps knitting.
Oh, so I can go swimming in this.
Please don't.
Yeah. Oh, you and I could just swim to the lighthouse.
Listen to your ZZ girl.
Please take the boys with you. At least Emmett.
What? Not more?
I'm already out the door.
Yeah, okay.
See you later. I've got to talk to a dude about a dude in a boat. So, I mean,
Alright, bye,
I
love.
can meet you if you want. Cheers, Easy. See you later.
Zizi
I love that
pats
basically-
both their nieces on the head and shimmies you out the door.
I love the idea that everyone has just started calling them ZZ.
I don't think they're
Like-
too fond of it, but yes.
Yeah, it just... With the girls there, they just started calling them that, and then, yeah.
It's red.
Yeah.
The who would notice? I don't think the girls would notice. I think the boys would notice. That across the street from the tea house, not trying to be super hidden, but not like overly obvious, is a militiaman, one of the Baron's men, just keeping an eye on the door of the tea house. Making sure
I'll give
probably
a
that
friendly
Tilalia
wave
does not leave.
as
Making sure probably that Tilalia does not leave.
I'm gonna give him a friendly wave, and as we reach the corner, I'm gonna like split off from the girls, so that the girls are going back their direction. I'm gonna head off back in the direction of my farm.
Okay. Are you actually going back to your farm for a full night's rest, or are you gonna like loop around?
Of course.
I was just like, bye guys, have fun. I'm gonna be gone the rest of the adventure, Queens. Aren't you just gonna like sit back the whole time and watch you guys beat the Baron up?
I just wanted to like go clearly back in that direction until I'm out of sight, so that if I need to vouch for them later, or if
Gotcha. Okay.
if it becomes helpful later to not be in very obvious proximity to the troublemakers,
To the Siren Sisters.
the sirens and the arsonist. Yeah.
The Siren and the Arsonist is badass too. Oh my gosh. We put
I was
Siren
gonna
in
say,
any
only one
word
of
and it
us-
just makes it so much cooler.
Only one of us is half siren. It's
I think
fine.
I've read that Wattpad fan
Oh,
fiction.
jeez.
All right.
What fandom is that in though?
This
No, don't go down.
No,
I can see an argument made that that is a Widow Jest Critical Role fanfic that exists somewhere. The
Widow
Siren the
Gast?
Arsonist, a Caleb Jester
Stop.
fanfic. I could see it.
Listen,
I am.
you're not wrong.
We're moving on.
I told us not to go down this road.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
Matt,
Come back.
Morley, did we catch up to you, or were you like boot scooting? Are we just like going to swim, and we hopefully will meet up with you?
Like,
The girls are just doggy paddling through the lake, and the boys are in the boat. Like, what the heck are y'all doing?
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. They've probably got webbed toes, so it's probably pretty efficient
Jeez.
swimming.
I think Morley was like, Morley is not an idiot, and is kind of aware of what was going on there.
Okay.
So he was kind of leaving just to try to instigate something happening.
Yeah.
And so you probably find him essentially not aggressively staring down this guard, but looking at this guard and knowing that he's looking at me and I'm looking at him, and essentially just having a smoke outside as you come out. And that's where you'd probably, like, if you want to, that's probably where you would meet him as we kind of move away, and then Emmett kind of tries to do a bit of a kind of double, like a kind of double take and
Yeah.
give himself some an alibi, essentially.
Perfect.
Is also aggressively staring you down while also having a smoke. This is a smoke off.
Okay, I'm not. Yeah, sorry. Like, I'm not trying to be hyper aggressive. It's just more that like
No,
there's a
I
dude
know.
across the road. It's like,
He is though.
no need for that toxic masculinity, fella. Like, did you just having a smoke, enjoying the evening?
We just come outside and we're just like, walk away, it's fine. And just like grab Morley and just like head towards over where the lighthouse is. Do you think we can just like borrow a little boat from like aren't there usually some boats to get to the lighthouse?
Thanks.
There's the library.
I think like I know some people and we could borrow their boat. It's really, really good at going unnoticed because it might bring things in that are not supposed to be noticed relatively often.
Wait, like sea monsters?
So I would like to spend another story on my shady connections. And essentially mainly my shady connections, to know that I know a smuggler's boat that in sometimes might have been used quite illicitly, but at the minute is not used as illicitly just because it's so oppressive in some ways that they don't actually have to smuggle bad things anymore. They can actually just smuggle things that we might actually need that are otherwise controlled.
Honestly, I don't make you spend a
right,
story
so-
for that. That just makes sense that you would have that. You don't have to spend a story for it.
Thank you.
Unless
But
you
yeah,
really
I
want to
would
spend
probably
your
be.
story, you can totally just have a smuggler.
Oh no, I will save it for later.
Oh no. What have I
Like,
done?
but yeah, I would tell all of you about this boat that I know then, and say that's where I'm going, and that was what my plan was is to use this boat essentially, and try and cross that way.
absolutely. Yeah, as you all probably just like a little rowboat, kind of tucked out of the way. A rowboat with like a suspiciously like deep, what is it, like a draft? So it seems deeper than a rowboat should be. Boat names. But as you begin to row out to the lighthouse, the lighthouse goes dark.
Uh-oh.